Let's talk about our economy. Welcome to the Eon Crypto Technology, the new way of making money. My name is Frank, and we're gonna share with you all the information about our future economy 2023. We are in inflations, we are in recessions technically, and when the government of the United States, the European Central Bank, and also all the countries around the world, they're going to say it clearly enough for everybody that we are in recessions. We need to understand that because now in Asian countries, especially in China, is being closed for the COVID-19. Europe, we're gonna confront in one of the very heavy winter without no gas because they have a serious problems to provide the necessary gas, the warming the housing, especially in this time of the season. We're gonna talk about cryptocurrency. We're gonna talk about the fiat system in the world. Is have to be changed after the G20 meeting almost like 2 weeks ago. They're starting to talk about so many regulations. We're talking about the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. One of the biggest announcements in this particular meeting of the G20. Also, we're talking about the Ukraine and Russian war, our short supplies we're going to have in the distribution and also in the foods. Also, we're talking about inflations and the global recession we're confronting right now. Even the government, they don't want to admit, even the government, they don't want to share to you these informations. Also, the fake media is starting to promote about the economy is getting inverted and we're going to have a better solution for the future. This is a bunch of things. Do not believe it. This is a story. It's not made sense. And at the same time, they don't have a economically data evidence to prove it. I have to tell you, the world changed in 2020, literally in the span of just a few weeks after the pandemic COVID-19. Upset the plans of the most people in the United States and also around the world. Quarantines, lockdowns led to the virtual positions postpone or cancel any meeting with the families, conference call. Most sport events and festivals were put on hold. Many of us working from home for some portions of the last year, 21 as well. Some people will continue to work from home now in this 2022, and that's believed is going to be the normal in the future. Certain companies like Twitter's, Squares, have even given employees the options to work from home permanently. For some of us, that's a welcome change, and for others, it has made work more difficult. Our daily movement have shifted, and many of us are staying much closer to home. Few in-person gatherings are taking place even now, replaced by video conference or phone communications. We are shopping more online than we ever have before, and we aren't going out for entertainment like it used to be. We're staying in our own homes. And there are certainly negative economic impacts as a result of these changes. Many sectors and companies are suffering through this difficult period, but that doesn't mean that all businesses will be negatively impacted by the COVID-19 crisis plus post-COVID-19 crisis in 2022. Quite the opposite. Many companies are driving due to the changes. The pandemic has caused a shift to take place, and certain technologies are now soaring as mass adoptions happens. And those changes won't go back to normal after the pandemic already ends. The technology industry has been waiting for a catalyst like this. The pandemic has forced entire societies to adopt and rely on technologies to continue day-to-day operations. As I will show, the companies powering these trends are hiding their stride and providing investors with some of the best opportunities of their lifetimes. I've outlined 5 different stocks, cryptocurrency investment post-pandemic, plus the way you can make money in different small technology. I've outlined before in all the conversation we have with you guys, driving amid to the chaos being caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. They have proven to be virus resistant. They all benefit from the new trends that I mentioned here in this particular moment. I believe that Eon Crypto will share with you so many informations in order you understand America's next golden age is about to begin. Today, in 2022, you are getting a heads up month in advance on a new tech revolution that will overshadow everything we know before. I'm talking about the Internet of Things, IoT, by example. I'm talking about also by the 5G technology. I'm talking about the recommendations that we give it to you to pay attention, especially one of the biggest stock I recommend that you just watching, look it up, and at the same time study their performance. Gilat Satellite Networks. The acronym is GILT. For the Internet of Things to work, it needs Wi-Fi access. And there's a lot involved in that, ranging from satellites to routers, wiring, antennas, and more. That's where our first stack, GILT, like an acronym I mentioned to you, come in. I recommend it to get involved in this particular company and get more information about it. I do not recommend it to buy. This is your own decision and you have to make it by yourself, but we have to organize our assets allocations portfolio, diversify in 4 seasons, not only in 1 positions, okay? And this company is pretty much the only one that can supply the parts and know how to tie companies into these satellites. Some of its parts go in on satellites, while others go on the equipment used to launch those satellites. The second way this company will tap into the 19 trillions world spread, it is supply antenna and connectivity parts that go on utility poles. If you be aware, whatever we're talking about, the G20 meeting, they was talking about digital connectivity. They would like to implement in one way or another the central bank digital currency. That's serious because this digital currency, they can control the economy, they can control your medical information or your health information, and at the same time, they can convert it, the cash you already have, into the digital items. Meaning they're can put a spareware and they can find out all the information about you, what are you spending your money, how you spend your money, and how much money you spend in different things probably they believe is not good for yourself. Meaning the government, they can become like a watch you and how you invest money and how you spend your money. That's ridiculous, against to all the civil liberties we just already gained and already be part of our constitutions in America and also all over the world. And it's important that you just follow up this advice, the way to make money in this very critical and crisis economy we just live in right now. Also, you have to watch their partners, especially we're talking about company like Honeywell, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, L3, Spring, and T-Mobile. With a background like that, it's going to be good for a long time. And this is a very good stock going against the inflations and the potential recessions globally we're going to have very soon. Like I always say, I recommend a lot to invest money in real estate investment trust. REIT provide investor with easy access to a portfolio of growth-oriented private commercial real estate projects from multiple sponsors through a single funds managed by different companies around the world. That's your pay attention. That's the way you can fund and you structure your portfolio in some way you can make money. The way you can grow and focus investment, thematic investment, technical and fundamentals, how you can understand the market a little bit, especially in this particular crisis we're living in the world. Okay, that's way Eon Crypto is gonna do in the future, listed to you very important REITs or real estate investor development group, some kind of stocks, some cryptos, currencies, and at the same time some kind of bonds, especially sovereign bonds you can invest right now. Like I always say in my disclaimer, I not recommended that you invest it. You have to make your decision by yourself. This is not a recommendation on investors or investment. It's a simple way of thinking from myself and from our Eon Crypto technology we just been discovered. One of my best recommendations is the king of the enterprise software, Salesforce CRM. It's a cloud-based software company. Originally, it was software meant to handle customer relationship management, CRM tasks, but he has since grown into a wide platforms of enterprises software applications. However, Salesforce is not like a Microsoft, which depend on PCs that are manufactured and shipped with its softwares pre-installed. Salesforce is an entire cloud-based business. Its software runs in data centers around the world. It is accessible through any internet browser. That's, for me, is very good company to watch at this particular crisis economy we live in right now. Salesforce is a software as a service, SaaS company. SaaS company license their software to users on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. Its subscriptions business model is make this company a winner. My longtime readers know that we love subscriptions and this particular kind of stuff. And now I don't have no newsletter. The only I have is my YouTube channel, Eon Crypto, and I invite you to watching all the time whatever we just post, any video or any audio for you to try to understand what's going to happen in the near future. And this complicated and scramble economy, like I used to say. Other recommendations I believe you have to pay attention is the security for the cloud. Cloud computing simply refers to a large data centers, usually close to cheaper electricity and situated in remote locations that host software programs and store data. Anyone who uses Gmail or Hotmail or Apple's iCloud for email service is using the cloud. In fact, any computer users who use Google's search engine is using cloud computing. Why I say so? Because hackers also hide malware in files like a Microsoft Word or Excel documents. And these programs advanced users can run something called a macro. Most people use macros to perform repetitive tasks or import numbers. But macros can be malicious if programmed by hackers. Bad actors then send these files to the employees within organizations from emails that appears to be from a college, thinking it is from a trust source. The employee opens the document and the macro automatically runs, downloading and install the malwares to the computer. That's the easiest way to get around network security. And no matter how hard an information technology IT department tries to train everyone not to fall for these tricky emails and files, it is going to happen no matter what you believe. Malware attacks are becoming increasingly popular among not only state-sponsored hackers but smaller private hacking groups. Once these smaller groups get their malware installed on a network, they often block access to files until they receive a ransom. We call these ransomware attacks. Happen already in America and USA. I don't know if you remember that. According to a report from cybersecurity research firm MSISOF, ransomware attacks have impacted at least 966 government agencies, education establishments, and healthcare providers. This cost them an estimated $7.5 billion to repair. To stop these attacks, organizations need a bleeding-edge cybersecurity system, but these agencies have other spending priorities. Cybersecurity is often seen as an expense line item rather than a necessary technology. But if an organization has one of the best cybersecurity solutions, it can fend off attacks, and that's where our next company, Palo Alto Networks, PAN, comes in. Watching also this very leader in cybersecurity, a name for himself building the best next generation firewalls. We can think of a firewall like your front door security system. The firewall sits between an enterprise's internal network and the external internet. Similarly, your front door is a barrier between the inside of your home and the outside of the world. Well, I have to conclude or complete this important video for you guys. My last recommendation is the biggest medical expenses facing this country. The company Denali Therapeutics. Imagine a world without disease. We will be free from the grips of death by sickness and could live life more freely. When it's our times to go, we could pass away peacefully. The advance of modern medicines make it their aims to make this a reality. People talk about medicines like we may one day accomplish this feat. It's unsure if this will happen now, but researchers and companies will definitely try. The developments of drugs to treat disease have led to great discoveries of the human body and what we're made of. There is so much more to learn about humans. We are on the forefront of understanding and have reached our own epitome of knowledge when it comes to humans. Long gone are the days of pure speculations, and we are acting on more sure information than ever before. The biggest medical expenses, a lot of big pharma giants like Biogen invest $1 billion in this small company, Denali Therapeutics. A French big pharma giant, Sanofi, invest $125 million in this company. And Japanese big pharma giant, Takeda Pharmaceutics, invest $150 million. I don't know about you guys, but when you see the big players starting to invest money in different companies, something is about to happen. Okay, I have to say, I see you in the next video. Thank you very much for your attention. We're going to have a second part of this video talking about assets allocations of the super rich. Assets allocations of the super rich in the next video of Eon Crypto for everybody. God bless you, and I see you soon. Thank you.